It's Coach Jordan from Sweat Athletics, and today we're gonna be going over the sweat method. This is how we train our athletes here at Sweat Athletics. We're using research-based, pain-free training methods to help our athletes perform at the highest levels. So as we break this down, this covers our full-on training session each and every time. Our athletes come in, we wanna start them off and we're gonna do some release work, right? This is gonna be some of our soft tissue work, opening up especially tight shoulders, tight hips. We wanna be able to release the bigger muscles so that we can be in better positions when we get to our resistance training down here. So we start off every session with our release work. From our release work, we're gonna go into some resets. These resets are a lot of breathing drills, some half kneeling, stretching patterns to get the ribs and the hips sitting in a better position. Again, this is the better position we can get our joints and our body, our ribs, our hips, our joints, the better range of motion we'll have to train. And when we train that better range of motion, more quality range of motion, it will help strengthen that area so we can become resilient to injuries and get stronger along the way. So we go through some reset patterns. Some of these could be some cat-cows, some different breathing patterns. We have all our athletes, when they go through their assessment, they figure out their soft tissue work and their resets. This is stuff we do 5 minutes before class, a little bit before we get going, so that we can be dialed in. This is readiness. Readiness is our stage 3 of the sweat method. Readiness, this is where we're gonna start getting into some more of the balance, the stability movements, making sure we're locked in. We want the mobility, stability, and we go into the strength and power right after. So some of those mobility drills, some single leg, balancing positions throughout, opening up. Again, we love opening up hips and shoulders because that's where all our athletic movements come from. From here, we're gonna move into what typically looks like those athletic training sessions, right? So we're gonna go into power. We wanna work on sprint technique, sprint form. This is also where we're gonna be jumping. We're gonna be throwing med balls, producing power. More explosive athletes typically are the better athletes, right? So if we can help our athletes become as powerful as possible, as explosive as possible, that's what shines off the field, on the field and the court. We're gonna go into resistance training. That's our stage 5 of the sweat method. So we're gonna get into our squats, our deadlifts. What we do is, for each of our athletes, we're gonna have special exercises set up for them based off their assessment and off their body. So not everyone is doing the same exact movement, but we are all doing movements that help push us closer to our goal so that we can get stronger. This is what we found to be the biggest differentiator in middle school and high school, is the athletes that are stronger, have better relative body strength and positions. They dominate the field, get more playing time. As like we said, the more playing time, resilient to injury. One of the coolest stuff that we can do for our athletes. So it's not just strength, it's not just barbell work. So we're gonna be very specific angles and getting our work, especially working our relative body strength, right? So being good at pull-ups, push-ups, controlling our body in time and space. From our resistance training, we'll go into some resiliency training, conditioning, another way to say it. So our in-season athletes, their resiliency is gonna look a little bit different. They're probably gonna be going back to some breathing drills, some positional type drills. Our out-of-season athletes, this is where we can hammer home the conditioning. Why? Because they have more energy available. They're not in season, they don't have the demands of being in season with their sport. They have the ability to work and improve their conditioning. So this isn't just long runs. It's actually not ideal for most athletes unless you're a long distance track runner. Instead, we're gonna be trying to match the same energy system demands of the sport, right? So a football athlete, this football only goes for about 7 to 10 seconds at a clip, rest for 45 seconds. They're gonna be doing something that matches similarly, while other field and sport track athletes, they might need to work more on the explosive repeats, going hard and longer rest. Some athletes might have to work on developing a better tank, right? Where they're going 40 seconds on with 20 seconds recovery, matching the athlete, the individual we have in front of us with the demands of the sport and their goals right here. And then the last portion of the sweat method is one of the most important, it's recovery. This recovery happens the second your workout is done. It starts from the second you finish your last rep. We'd love to go into some more breathing patterns to help relax the body. Nothing's worse than just getting right out of the gym, right out of your workout, being so stressed out, hopping in the car, and being all fired up. So we want to do some more soft tissue, letting our central nervous system recover and get us ready. So that first 5 to 10 minutes, bringing that heart rate down, regulating breathing. And from there, it's everything we do outside of the gym and outside of our training sessions as well. It's the diet, it's the nutrition, it's the 7 to 8 hours of sleep, maybe some recovery drills that we set up to do the rest of your week. So recovery, one of the most important. And when you package this all up, this is the secret to improving performance. This is the secret to helping your athlete feel better, play their best, get more playing time, maybe even get some college scholarships along the way. So the Sweat Method, really excited to be launching Sweat Athletics. Sign up online.